Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the Online Selling Show, and I'm going to try to do a very brief video on what the differences are between saying something is listed in a Facebook marketplace versus being in a Facebook group, and give you the differences, the pros, cons, but I prefer the groups and I'll tell you why. So the Facebook marketplace is just a section of the overall Facebook site. It is where you would basically think of like the classified ads that had been out there in the day on the newspapers. It is where somebody puts something up for sale or a service or something event that's going on. And it's usually most people that are the buyers in this example are looking within a certain geographical location from their home. They just want to meet you. They want to come pick it up. They want to pay you in cash usually and go. As the seller, though, you do need to be very conscientious that there's a lot of scam and frauding going on out there. That's another reason why most people are kind of looking to do just the cash. And there's very little shipping that gets on in that kind of scenario. I'm not saying it doesn't come up or it doesn't happen, but you're really going to have to read the listing and make the determination what the buyers or sellers are willing to come up with in the transaction. And there's usually a lot of conversating that has to go on through what is known as the messenger side of the site to kind of make the decisions on who or what is going to buy this item. But again, it's usually very regionalized, and it's usually you having to face-to-face make this transaction with the end buyer. In the Facebook groups, the groups are no different really than what you have as a profile page up, where people post and have conversations back and forth in that particular list that's of postings that's up. Usually there's somebody that starts the group, and they're usually called the administrator of the group. They'll usually set up a whole list of rules that are having to be acknowledged or followed. You usually have to make a request to join the group. When they're bigger and more active sites, there's usually moderators that come in to help the administrator. Just make sure that people are adhering to the rules. You don't have scammers in there. Usually they're there to make sure people aren't fighting and stuff. They will remove people that aren't following the rules, or, if they feel that somebody is just becoming too contentious in the site, they will remove people. So when you're in a group, there is a little bit more of a bubble around who and what is there and available to comment. And you still will have to make sure that you're paying attention, that you're not getting into frauds, but there's still other people there helping with monitoring that. The other thing is, it's usually, and the title of the groups will usually give you an indication. They're there because of a mutual interest, hobby, or some kind of like a brand that you all like. And I'm going to just use Cabbage Patch dolls in this example. Cabbage Patch dolls, there may be ones that were designed for, or maybe I'll use Barbie dolls. Barbie dolls, you may say, okay, well, they just want vintage ones, and they have to be from the 90s and older. And then they may say, okay, well, you can buy and sell. They may just be like an education group. So you have to pay attention to what's in the title of the group. If it's just a Barbie show off, maybe it's just Barbie clothes makers. There's all different groups, interests, and that type of stuff. Maybe it's for, Ford Mustangs, and they only want to be in the decade of the 1960s or something. So you have to pay attention. I mean, I remember hearing there was a group, and it was like for people to buy clothes that had been monogrammed with a certain like name on it. Like, this group was just for people wanting to buy stuff that had been personalized with the name Emily. So there's very specifics to what these groups are. Pay attention to the rules. Like I said, some are there just for knowledge and sharing of information. Maybe in the Barbie doll thing, they're going to just show off how they've displayed their dolls, or maybe some rare one they just bought and they want to show it off. So don't be thinking you're going into all of these groups as a seller, because not all of them want selling. You do have to pay attention to what the rules are. Almost all of these groups are wanting to have you shipping. I don't know that I've ever had anybody I've met regional, like in my area, to do the exchange. They're usually all wanting shipping, and part of that is they all want usually PayPal invoicing through goods and services, which really isn't that difficult. You just have to get yourself a PayPal account and learn how to do the invoicing. It's truthfully something I prefer now that I've learned it, because it very well lays out exactly what is being sold, what is being a shipping cost, because you can charge shipping in there, and it's still got the same seller protections that you're going to get through eBay, buyers and seller protection, I should say. So for the most part, you're going to just get a much concentrated group of people that have an interest or a like to the product that you're wanting to bring into this group to sell. And I'm going to tell you, you're not paying as much money. You're not paying that commission like you would over to eBay. There will be a commission based to PayPal for offering the goods and service protections and the transferring of monies. But another thing is that they're usually in the country of where I'm in the US, so most of the stuff is just going to be conducted in the US. There will be groups that are out there that maybe, let's say, for the Canadians. So you do have to pay attention to the region if you are not in the United States to make sure that you're joining one that is in your country. But I'm telling you, it is great because you may have gotten something and not quite sure of exactly what you have. You can post that up there and say, can somebody tell me about this? They'll let you know if you're missing pieces and parts. Some of these will actually tell you like where you can go get a replacement piece or part that could complete the set for you. So the groups, to me, it's not just making sales, it's a powerhouse of people who are going to be there to help you. Most of the time, they'll give you ideas for things. If it's like you're not sure what an item is or how somebody would use it, they'll give you the ideas of what it was. So I highly, highly recommend checking out the groups. I hope this gives you an idea as to what the differences are between the two. Like I said, the marketplace is more just like a broad section. It's more, like I said, the posting in a newspaper, where the other one is having that circle of friends, is basically what it comes down to. So if you have an item and you price it right in those groups, they are going to snap it up and you're going to make more money at it. It's going to take a little bit of a learning curve, but it's really not much more or much different than what you would already be doing by reselling stuff on eBay. So I appreciate your time. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you got some good information out of this. I say give it a try. Maybe not go like hog wild on it and put like a ton of listings up. Put one or two, give it a try, see what you like. And I'm going to catch you on the next one for now. Bye.